Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're jumping straight into the latest Wuthering Waves version 3.1 leaks. And I'm not gonna lie, this update is looking absolutely packed. We're talking brand new characters, reruns, new echo sets, a weekly boss, and a bunch of quality of life changes that actually sound meaningful. There's a lot to cover, so let's not waste any time. Quick reminder before we get into it. Everything you're about to hear is based on leaks, so be sure to take this information with a grain of salt, as things can still change. Let's kick things off with the banners, because Phase 1 is already coming out swinging. The big debut here is Aemeath, a 5-star fusion sword DPS, and her kit sounds genuinely insane. She can freely switch between her base form and a mech form, operating in Tune Rupture or Fusion Burst resonance modes to build up synchronization and resonance rates. What really stands out is how she converts team-triggered debuffs into short-burst amplifications, meaning her damage potential is closely tied to smart team play. All of this leads into her big moment, Starbreak Falls Finale, a massive resonance liberation nuke that rewards precise timing, coordination, and layered resource management. She definitely sounds like a character with depth, but one that feels very rewarding once everything clicks. Her signature weapon is just as impressive. It comes with 587 base attack, a 24.3% crit rate substat, and a passive that increases all attribute damage by 12%. On top of that, when you inflict Tune Rupture, Shifting or Fusion Burst, her Resonance Liberation damage ignores 32% of enemy defense and 10% of fusion resistance for 8 seconds. That's a huge amount of value packed into a single weapon. Another major highlight for version 3.1 is that Rover is finally getting a fusion element. This is something players have been waiting on for a long time, so it's great to finally see it happen. As a bonus, Rover is also receiving their school uniform skin, which is a nice extra touch. Sharing the Phase 1 spotlight is Chisa, a 5-star Havoc supportive debuffer and healer who uses a broadblade. She's shaping up to be a strong utility-focused character. Joining Chisa and Aemeath on this banner is Lupa, who is getting yet another rerun. The 4-star lineup for Phase 1 is said to be Taoki, Yuanwu, and Alto, which is a fairly solid selection. Moving into Phase 2, things stay just as interesting. We have Luuk Herssen, a 5-star Spectro Gauntlets DPS, who specializes in aerial combat and basic attack-focused damage. His playstyle revolves around mid-air combos and teleporting skills that apply Tune Strain, which fuels his Ichor flow. Once that's built up, he enters the Aureate Judge state, empowering his execution sequences and plunge finishers. Overall, he sounds like a sustained, high-pressure DPS who rewards good timing and strong team coordination. His signature weapon reflects that aggressive playstyle. It also has 587 base attack and a 24.3% crit rate substat, along with a passive that increases ATK by 12%. Casting intro skills or resonance skills grants a 20% basic attack damage amplification for 6 seconds. Dealing basic attack damage then increases spectro damage by 20% and allows him to ignore 10% of enemy defense for a short duration. Everything here is clearly designed to keep him constantly attacking. Also appearing in Phase 2 is Galbrena, a 5-star fusion pistol user whose entire kit revolves around building Sinflame and Afterflame. Once those stacks are built, she transforms into her demon hypostasis state, which sounds every bit as flashy and powerful as you'd expect. Rounding out Phase 2 is Cantarella, a 5-star Havoc sub-DPS and support who uses a rectifier, although it's still unclear whether this will actually be her rerun. The 4 stars for this phase are said to be Sanhua, Lumi, and Mortefi. Now let's move away from the banners and talk about content, because there's a lot to go through here as well. We may be getting up to 5 new maps, which on its own is a pretty big addition. We're also getting a brand new weekly boss called Singilum. His Echo skill transforms you into Singilum and allows you to perform a high-speed charge that deals 273.6% fusion damage to all enemies in your path. When this Echo is equipped in the primary slot and the current resonator is Aemeath, her Resonance Liberation damage receives a 25% bonus. That synergy feels very intentional. Another new addition is a 4-cost echo called Nameless Explorer. Its skill summons the explorer to perform a piercing attack that deals 273.6% arrow damage. When equipped in the primary slot, it increases arrow damage by 12% and boosts echo skill damage by 20%. Alongside this, several new echoes are being added, including Singillum, Nameless Explorer, Chronobright, Chronoclaw, Glowmart, Frostlight Dancer, and Shadowstaff Smith. We're also getting new Phantom Echoes such as Phantom Singillum, Phantom Frostbite Colioid, and Phantom Zip Zap, along with a new tactical hologram called Hyvatia. On top of that, version 3.1 introduces 3 brand new echo sets. Sound of True Name has a 2-piece bonus that increases arrow damage by 10%. Its 5-piece effect activates after dealing echo skill damage to enemies, increasing the resonator's echo skill crit rate by 20% and granting a 15% arrow damage bonus for 5 seconds. Chromatic Foam provides a 10% fusion damage bonus with its 2-piece effect. Its 5-piece effect activates when the resonator inflicts fusion burst on enemies, granting a 10% fusion damage bonus for 15 seconds. While this effect is active, casting an outro skill grants the incoming resonator a 25% fusion damage bonus for 15 seconds, or until they are switched out. The third echo set, Trailblazing Star, increases fusion damage by 10% with its 2-piece effect. Its 5-piece effect triggers when the wearer applies Fusion Burst or Tune Rupture, shifting, increasing the resonator's crit rate by 20% and granting a 20% fusion damage bonus for 8 seconds. Finally, let's talk about quality of life changes, because there are some notable ones here. A new overworld exploration mechanic called Mecha Piloting is planned for a future Lahai Roi patch, and it will be available to all characters. This could significantly change how exploration feels. There's also a potential Echo substat locking system where you can lock the substats you want to keep and re-roll the rest. Locking more substats will increase the cost, so balance will be something to watch closely. Exploration is also getting attention through a motorcycle update that adds a frost dash function, allowing the motorcycle to travel on water in certain depths. The motorcycle skill tree is being expanded as well, with new modules, buffs, and effects unlocked through upgrades and training. In addition, basic movement and controls for certain resonators are being optimized, which is always a welcome improvement. There are also additional updates planned for Whimpering Wastes, Tower of Adversity, Doubled Pawns Matrix in a pre-release version, and Fantasies of the Thousand Gateways. So now that everything's on the table, I have to ask, who are you most excited to pull for in version 3.1? Personally, Aemeath is really standing out to me. That's everything we currently know about Wuthering Waves version 3.1. This update is shaping up to be seriously stacked with new characters, reruns, echo sets, a weekly boss, and some solid quality of life improvements. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss future leak updates. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and stay hyped.
need not wait for a starry night, nor tilt my gaze to seek the sky, for I have placed it at my back, in my hands, and upon my eyelids.
G'day! What does our loyal client wish to inquire about today?
Ranger Donjing. Worry not. My crimson blade will not harm you. This flower is for you. I hope it makes you happy.